Okay, so we have this problem, somebody ranges. Okay. Okay, so what I need to do is, okay, first of all, let's come here. Okay, so 4 pixels. Okay, so I have this array, right? Let's say whatever. Let's take the example 0 1 2 4 5 7 0 1 2 4 5 7. Okay, so let's start. Okay, let's start. We'll loop through the whole array, right? First, let's make like I represent the elements. Okay, so we check, right? We want to check if, okay, first condition, if I is the last element. Last, what is last? 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, if I equals len of a minus 1, right? If I equals len of a minus 1, should I start from this side? Because 7. Okay. If I is the last element, then what can happen? Okay, let's make an empty list, right? Let's make an empty list. List, right? Okay, we'll go with I. Then we'll see if I plus 1 minus I why I equal 1. Okay, is it 1? Okay, then we add I to the list, right? The 0 is added to the list. Then we again check. That 1 minus, yeah, this 2, we add this into the list. Right, then what we do is, now at this point, so what we do is we will have result, which is an empty list, right? I will go result dot append this list of 0, then this arrow, and then list of minus 1. Right, at this point, okay, but you iterate. Okay, let me try and iterate it once by myself. Okay, So let me just copy and paste this. Wait, hold up. No. Okay, so how would I go about? Let's say I am okay, I check 0. Maybe I should start I at. Okay, so first we'll check if, right, len of a is greater than 1, right, is greater than 1. So that means there are 2 elements right. So we go in, right. Yeah. I go we'll go while I is less than length of a. Okay, right. So I will start at I equals 1, right, I equals 1. Then I will have a temporary list, right, temporary list, and a result list. Okay. So temporary list and result list. So in the temporary list, okay, so we have this while I will check if this a of I minus if a of I minus a of I minus 1 equals 1, right, we append to the temporary list. Temp dot append this still a O of n solution. Temp dot append, I want to append this to this list, right? I want to append a of I minus 1, right? And if this is not the case, right, if this is not the case, and if length of temp is greater than 0, right, if length of temp is greater than 0, then in the result okay, how do I know? if a of I a of like see result dot up. Okay, so let me try this. Okay, if length of a, yes, this is true, I equals 1, I is less than, okay, I is definitely less than 6. So we start with 1 minus 0 is 1, so 0 is in the temp contains 0. Okay, then we go in here, then then we go again, and in the end I go I plus equals 1, right? Okay, so then we go I is here, I is 2, 2 minus 1 is, so we go right, we have 2. Then we go, now I is 3, this condition is false, but we have this 2 which is still dangling. So what I will do is I will add it to temp, right? Temp dot append, I go a of I minus 1. Right, then there we go. Now in the else section, if length of temp is greater than 0, which it is right now, we go result dot append dot append a temp of 0, is, let me see if it is greater than 0, or maybe I should say if it is greater than 1, right? So it is right, if it is greater than 1. Right, so we go append temp of 0, obviously string, plus this arrow, plus string of temp of last element, right? Okay, and in the end we set, let me go clear this up. Then in the end I will set temp to empty. Okay, and I will add else if lan of temp is equal to 1. then we simply result dot append equals string of temp of 0, right? And then I go I plus equals 1. Right, so now we have in the result temp first iteration, and then at the end okay, so I have this right. Then we now at this point result equals 0 to 2 and temp is empty. Maybe I should extend this. Okay. And the second iteration okay, now my I is here, right? We go to this. Okay, else this fails, we append this, and now my I is here. Now on the second time, let's define temp, right? Now I go that 5 minus 4 is 1, so we append 4, right? Then I increases, then 7 minus 5 is not 1, so we go to this block and we this, then we check length of temp is greater than 1. Yes, it is greater than 1. So we append okay, I is this. Now I have to handle the last element, which is like result equals 4 to 5. Then we set temp equals empty list, right? Okay, now I have to make another change here for the last element, right? We go if I is last element. If I is last element, right? If I is last element, let me take a look. Len of len of a minus 1, and this condition has okay, so we check if len of temp is this len of temp. Okay, so instead of checking this condition, right, I know that this is it is already okay, that is a problem for me. I cannot rotate, so I will simply erase it. Okay. So this condition is if I equals last element len of a minus 1, then we simply append and simply append this a of I, right, because we have already checked that this condition is false. Temp is empty right now, right? Then we go here, then we enter 0.5 and I so let me try this. If I right and the else block is greater than 1, else len of a equals 1, right, then what we do is and then we simply result dot append if it is 1, okay, if it is greater than 1, if it is 1, and if it is 0. Then we return an empty list, right? Dot append result dot append. What do I have to append? A of 0, right? Obviously string, right? And in the end, and then we go return result, right? Okay, so let me try this once. This LeetCode algomaps data structure and algorithm LeetCode algomaps summary ranges. Okay, let me try .py. Okay. So here I have the code. So I am just going to def summary ranges, right? It takes nums list. So I'm going to create a temporary list for holding values result final list to be returned at the end, right? Then I is equals to I equals 1 iterator for the loop, we go while I is less than length of nums, we go okay. So first we check the length of the nums list. So we go if len of nums is greater than 1, then I want to start the loop. To start the loop, and within the loop we go if nums of I minus nums of I minus 1 equals 1, and go temp dot append nums of I minus 1. Right. We go else. If this is not the case, else we okay. If numbers are consecutive, we add them to the temporary list. Else, if they are not consecutive, temp dot append nums of I minus 1. We append the item, just append the preceding item since it was consecutive. Then if len of temp is greater than 1. If we have multiple ranges, then we go result dot append string of temp of 0 plus string of temp of last element. We append the first and last element. we combine the first and last element and append it to the result. Okay. Result then temp equals temp of 0. Okay, maybe I can empty it out later. And if length of temp equals 1 equals 1. Ashu?
Yeah.
Okay, then we continue. Temp is 1. If there is only a single element, right, we result dot append string of temp of 0. Right, and close this. I hope I have closed. Okay. So if there is only a single element in the temp. Then after this, temp equals this. We empty out the temp for other elements, right? Then len of nums -1. If okay, if the what if the number at I is not consecutive and it is the consecutive with respect to its preceding number and it's the last element, right? Last element. So we simply result dot append string nums of I. Nums of I, and then we increment LF. Okay, then we increment I. Increment the loop variable. Then elif len of nums equals 1 if there is only a single element. Then we go result dot append string of result dot append string string of nums of 0, right? And in the end result simply return the list. Also works if len of nums equals 0, right? Okay, now LeetCode problem. What is this problem? 228. Coach problem 228. Okay, so I can provide, let's say, test with nums equals, what was this, 0 1 2 4 5 7 and result equals summary ranges of nums. Now on to print result. Okay, so let's try Python. I named it new.py. try. Okay, str result dot append. This is line number 22. But 22 str numbers of, yeah. Forgot this. Let's try it again. Okay, sorry. This is line number 27. Yeah. These extra brackets. Okay. Temp, len. Oh, yeah. 14. Len of temp is greater than 1. Len of temp. I hope everything else is good. Yeah, okay, this works. Let me try case 2. And 6. Okay, what happened to 8 and 9? Okay, 0 is good. 2 to 4 is good. But it got stuck on 6. So I would have to check. Okay, this is some progress, right? So it says 0, 2 to 4, 6. Now len minus 1. Okay, so let's try this with let's try a equals, this is 0, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 0, 2, 3, 4, 0, 2, 3, 4, then 6, 8, 9. 6, 8, 9. Okay, so we will make another one here. I'll see where it is wrong. Okay, so definitely this condition is true, right? This is greater than, yeah. Okay, also I should define temp here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So first this is right, well I'll, okay. So this checks 2 minus 0 is I equals 1, right? I equals 1. This minus 0 is 2. So this condition is false. Then we append I minus 1. 0 is appended. If length not greater than 1. And so we get, on first try, we get temp equals 0. And result equals result is 0 as well, right? Then else, then this condition goes, this condition fails, and then we, if length of a is not, okay, we are still in the loop. We go I plus equals 1. Okay, I plus equals 1. Write this. Okay, LF, this LF is here, and we go return. Okay. Then on the second try, this is here, so 2 minus 3, yeah. So temp has 2. Then it goes, it don't even check this, right? it doesn't check this, and we increment I. Then we go again 4 minus 3 is I minus 1, if then I plus 1 equals, okay, then we get 3 4. Now we move on to 6. Okay, now 6 minus 4 is not so we get in the result get 0 and 2 to 4. Right, then we get, then we move on to 8. Now 8 minus 6 is not, so we put this in, right, and length of temp is not greater than 1, it is actually 1, so we put 6 here, okay, right. 9 minus 8 is 1, man. I don't know where it went wrong. Right. Okay. Print code executed here with I and code executed here with I and I minus nums of I and nums of I minus 1. So let me try this. My bad. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't go here. Alright. Increment the loop variable while I is less than len of nums. Right. Len of nums. Right. 3 4. Then we have within the temp we get 6, and in the result, right, I'm still I has not incremented, so I still at 8. Then this condition should have been true, right. Let me print consecutive numbers, nums of I minus 1, comma nums of I. Okay, let me try this. Yeah, consecutive numbers 8 and 9. Okay, so it appends. Oh, okay. So it appends 8, right, it appends 8. Okay, so I just need to check so I can simply put this condition here outside of the loop, right, basically here. If length of temp is greater than 1, if we empty out temp. Okay, so we have multiple ranges. If I and okay, now this is a problem. I can simply return. Last element, and there is no consecutive. Okay, so this is the problem. So let me try it again. Okay, now okay, it has kind of fucked it up. Okay, it's greater than 1. Temp dot append nums of I. If we have multiple ranges, if nums of I minus 1. Right, this should work. I don't understand why it didn't work. Right. Okay. We go if len. Okay, see, I get that what happened here is it identified consecutive numbers, right? 2 3 3 4 8 9. These are the consecutive numbers. It can identify them, and then what happened was 2 3 4. It just appended consecutive numbers of len of temp equals 1. Okay. In the loop. Oh, because this gets, yeah, right. Okay, so maybe what I can do is I can cut it from here and I can paste it here. Such that but it still won't solve my problem. Indentation error at line number 24. Line number 24. Sorry. Okay, right, yeah. It still won't fix my problem. Okay, so let me go to the way it was. Okay. Empty of temp here. Okay. All right. So I saw what happened here was result is 9. Then it checks that these are consecutive numbers. Then it appends 8, right? I and I minus 1 are consecutive numbers. Okay, I cannot tinker with nums, right? I cannot tinker with nums. So is less than. It will be list out of bound error. So if I go less than equal to, it will give me a list out of bound error here. Data structure, summary ranges, trace back, most common list index out of range. Yes. Right. So this won't work. So we check if the numbers are consecutive. Consecutive numbers, right? They are consecutive numbers. Right. Let me provide an empty list. Let's say 0. It will be 0 and empty list. It will be an empty list. Okay, great. If I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it goes 2 minus 1 is this, 3 minus 2. Okay, so I'm not handling if the last element is itself part of the consecutive numbers, right? So I have to handle if I itself and I is the last number, right? Then what we do is we append this, and in addition we also append nums of I. But I'm not happy with it. Okay, I have to go with. Okay, so this is the place. If it is the last number and both of these, right? I feel like in every loop, right? Then I have to do this. Wait, this is not a good solution. I mean, it is a solution, but it is not a good one. Indentation error. Okay, my bad. Okay, let's try this. Dot append. It is not. Okay. 1, 2, 3, right? And then if I can change this, okay, it gives right answer, but This is not good code. I can tell you that it could be simple. It will say indentation error. Yeah. Okay, whatever. And if this, then this is here. And is this else? This is the else, and then this elif. Elif is here. Def. Oh. Okay, so let's try this. Runtime error. Okay, yeah. Let me check if my first solution still works, right? This. If it still works. Yeah, it works. Okay, on line 6. Seriously. Indentation errors. Is it good now? No. My god. No, fuck this. Let's see. Okay, yeah. If I submit it, I think this will be a very slow solution. Huh? This is too complicated. This is too complicated of a solution. Let me submit it again. Yeah, okay. Whatever. 479 seconds, 7 second. But I don't really like the solution. I think it works, but it is not the optimal solution. So we'll check it later. For now.